1922 is a 2017 American horror drama film written and directed by Zach Hilditch, based on Stephen King's 2010 novella of the same name. Starring Thomas Jane, Neal McDonough, and Molly Parker, the film was released on Netflix on October 20th, 2017. 2.
Plot.
In 1922, Wilfred Wilf James is a farmer living in Hemingford, Nebraska with his wife, Arlette James, and their 14-year-old son, Henry. Wilf is opposed to Arlette's plans to sell the farm and move to Omaha. He convinces Henry to help murder his mother, holding Henry's girlfriend, Shannon Cottery, whose relationship Arlette opposes, at stake. Henry reluctantly agrees. Wilf gets Arlette drunk and Henry covers her face, while Wilf cuts her throat with a butcher's knife. He dumps her body into a dry well, where her corpse is fed upon by rats. The next day, they drop a cow into the well to hide Arlette's body and provide a reason for filling in the well. Sheriff Jones is suspicious following her sudden disappearance, but finds no proof of a crime. As time passes, Henry becomes brooding and isolated and moody, regretting the crime that his father and he committed. Shannon discovers she is pregnant with Henry's child. Her parents decide to send her to a Catholic institution in Omaha. Henry steals Wilf's car and runs away with Shannon. As the winter passes, Wilf appears to be going insane, constantly harassed by rats. He takes out a mortgage on his house to fix it up, but is never actually able to begin the work, as a rat bites his hand. Owing to neglect, the roofs on his barn and his house cave in, but he is too consumed by guilt and alcohol to fix them, and in his isolation, his hand injury worsens. His house falls into a state of disrepair and becomes completely infested by rats. In a climactic scene, Wilf is confronted by the ghost of his wife, surrounded by the rats that ate her corpse. She recounts the fate of Henry and Shannon. They became robbers, known as the Sweetheart Bandits. During one of their heists, Shannon is shot, causing her to miscarry the baby and ultimately die. Henry lies down next to her and dies by suicide, shooting himself. In the hospital after his hand is amputated owing to the infection, Wilf is told by the sheriff that an unidentified woman's body has been found on the side of the road, which the sheriff assumes is Arlette. Henry's body is delivered to Wilf, which, like his mother's body, has been chewed through by rats. No one attends Henry's funeral except for Wilf. He attempts to sell his land to Shannon's father, who bluntly tells Wilf to never come back. After selling the land to the livestock company at a low price, Wilf moves to Omaha and finds a job but cannot escape being followed by rats. 8 years later, in 1930, Wilf writes his confession, concluding, "In the end, we all get caught." By the time he finishes, dozens of rats have swarmed his room. Arlette, Henry, and Shannon's corpses have appeared in front of Wilf. Brandishing the same butcher's knife used to kill his mother, Henry tells Wilf that his death will be quick.
Cast.
Thomas Jane as Wilfred Wilf Leland James. Dylan Schmid as Henry Hank Freeman James. Molly Parker as Arlette Christina Winters James. Neal McDonough as Harlan Harl Cottery. Caitlin Bernard as Shannon Cottery. Brian Darcy James as Sheriff Jones. Bob Fraser as Mr. Lester. Production. While working on these final hours, 2013, director Zach Hilditch came across Full Dark, No Stars, 2010, a collection of 4 novellas by Stephen King including Big Driver, Fair Extension, A Good Marriage, and 1922. After these final hours was completed, Hilditch decided to adapt 1922 into a motion picture, as he had found the story to have been cinematic on its own. 1. Writing a speculative screenplay before finding out if he would be able to obtain the rights to the project, Hilditch was given 6 months to finish writing his script. After meeting producer Ross M. Dinerstein in Los Angeles, who sent his screenplay to Netflix, Hilditch was quickly told that his idea would become a film under the platform. 1. Principal photography for 1922 began in Vancouver with cinematographer Ben Richardson to take advantage of the tax credit given to films shot in Canada. Due to harvesting season, a farmhouse with a cornfield could not be found in time before filming, resulting in the corn depicted in the film being made using corn props from China, computer graphics, CG, and shots taken in Bort, Australia. A farmhouse located in the city of Langley was eventually used during the shooting of the project, with filming concluding in Bort. 1. Reception. 1922 received positive reviews. Review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reports an approval rating of 91% based on 44 reviews, with an average rating of 6.9/10. The site's critics' consensus reads, "Thanks to director Zach Hilditch's patient storytelling and strong work from lead Thomas Jane, 1922 ranks among the more satisfying Stephen King adaptations." 3. Metacritic reports an aggregated score of 70 out of 100 based on 8 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. 4. John DeFore of The Hollywood Reporter stated, "The film is not lurid in its scares, and instead depicts its protagonists suffering mostly as a slow rot." 5. Critics also lauded Thomas Jane's portrayal of Wilfred James. The bulk of the movie's appeal, however, comes from Thomas Jane, delivering his most effective performance in ages, said Eric Cohn on IndieWire. He plays tortured would-be lunatic Wilfred James, who lords over 80 acres of Nebraska farmland that his family has owned for generations. Within 5 minutes, a disheveled Wilfred establishes in voiceover that he's confessing a crime, and by 10 minutes, it's clear what he's done. 6. References. Sputor, Grant, McDonnell, Dave, Hilditch, Zach, March 9, 2021. S1, E1, 1922 Director Zach Hilditch. Podcast. The Commentary Cast. Retrieved March 25, 2021, via Spotify. Miska, Brad. August 21, 2017. Netflix sets premiere date for Stephen King's 1922, First Images. Bloody Disgusting. Retrieved October 21, 2017. 1922, 2017. Rotten Tomatoes. Fandango Media. Retrieved October 5, 2019. 1922 reviews. Metacritic. CBS Interactive. Retrieved October 5, 2019. DeFore, John, September 25, 2017. 1922. Film Review, Fantastic Fest, 2017. The Hollywood Reporter. Retrieved November 9, 2017.